Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are. So, today is overarching concepts, overarching fun, not taking life too seriously, and finding the fun and finding the joy, being what brings the code in our body alive to align us with just the most epic growth. So this joy is the way to divine consciousness coming through. Joy is the way to creating the most incredible moments. Joy is the way to feeling our way there. Just find that hell yeah, that joy. And so we get there through practices like meditation. Meditation is a blessing. And the feeling of energetic disconnect from our busy mind as the mind floats free from tie downs and thoughts and past projections, it moves to blissful. So kids have a way of bringing everything to the light with play, naturally. We are there for them, yeah, but so much they are there for us. Little bright mirrors reflecting that which we are creating. Everything is a reflection of our reality, clearly back to us. And kids are these beautiful, pure mirrors. So the world, you can think of it as one big physical distraction if you let it. If you focus too much of your attention outside of yourself. But it's also a great playground for creating if you can relax and have fun to see it. So if you take off your conditional blinders that things have to be a certain way, and you can begin to remove these subconscious beliefs and limiting beliefs that are causing you to hyper focus in certain areas by monitoring everything that crosses your lens, doing that audit of your subconscious based on your reality reflection, then you can really begin to participate in the game of it all, because life is one big game and we create our reality. How do you want to play? Do you like hardship? Do you welcome struggle? Does there a vibration in you which welcomes victimhood and feels amazing being slighted? You would think no, but absolutely yes, that is the way it works. You can't create for anybody else. You can't willfully force yourself on others. You could, but you wouldn't want to, because it's missing the entire point of it all. You can just guide as a bright light, as an example, and because each of us have to come to this knowing ourselves. If somebody tells you this is what you believe and this is how you're going to do it, it doesn't have the truth and the gumption to it. You need to come to it yourself. You can point people and say, hey, read this, look at this, look at this. Have you heard this? And introduce it and let them marinate in it and come to the conclusions themselves. But everybody has to be guided themselves, because that's what you would want for yourself, right? So the world operates on creativity, and thought expresses creativity. Where we put our attention is where we put our focus, and where our focus goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, things start moving in our life and coming into creation. So in your life, if you want to find struggle, you will. If you want to be wrapped in bliss and abundance of divine love, you will. There's no right and wrong. There's just contrast and creation. So that's why a lot of us come to this road ultimately through suffering, because there's like a crap ton of contrast, and then we see what we know, what we don't want, and we can find what we do want, as Abraham says. And we like the contrast because it helps us identify our desires. So reality in front of you is an old input playing out. It's already old frequencies. Your desires today will help anchor in and center and create into the future. So the more pure and connected you are to source, enter through meditation, the more you live that way, the shorter the response time between thoughts and creations and manifested physical reality. So if our mind is like a simulator to the creation with inputs where you create and you see it first in your mind and the reality we live in, then it's manifested in the physical reality. So that is a co-creation with the creator. It's like praying, see it as done. Don't worry, because if you're worrying, you're seeing the thing you don't want done as done. You're praying for what you don't want. Worry is praying for what you don't want. Close your eyes. Imagine how good it could get. Imagine what you want. See it as done. That's praying. That is co-creating with the creator. All things happen through the creator, and all things can be co-created through our intention. So life is a series of decisions and trade-offs, which are contrast, which bring up thoughts, which help us get more into deliberate action. Where do you want to be? That's such an important question that we don't ask. People can hyper-focus on where we are and not where we want to be. Stop looking at the creation in front of you because it's already the past. Where do you want to be? Then open your eyes and be it. Move towards that. Find the joy towards that. Be it now. Wait for no one. Wait for it to not come outwards into your experience. Create it inwards, the knowing. Experience it. Create reality as you decide you want it to be with the Creator. And then open and move towards those frequencies. You'll be guided. And when you follow joy and you follow alignment, you can follow the path there. Confidence in this process comes with winks from God, the God winks. It comes with confirmations and synchronicities, and just, this is so epic. I can't believe that this just happened to me. I'm overflowing with ecstatic joy, and there's just high vibrational, joyful thoughts regularly. So a belief is the thought that you keep thinking. So if you change your mind and you change your thoughts, then you're changing your beliefs. So keep auditing what's in front of you, removing what does not serve you, and moving into what you want. Speak it as if you want this creation into life. Do not speak what you do not want. So if you want to, some do, some don't. Some just are in a place where you are comfortable living unconscious and not taking any responsibility and still being a victim, and that's okay, because that will get you where you need to be, because everybody is working on their own painting. Everybody is creating their own creation, and it's kind of the point that everybody's not exactly where you are. So fear in life, a good way to think of it is fear halts progress. It halts growth, creation, it halts love. It is the pause button on life. When we are reacting out of fear, it's essentially like we've paused our life. We're no longer living. And it leads to stagnation and withering away, and it robs you of the meaning of life. The Creator does not know fear. The Creator is love. So if you're in fear, you're not in the frequency of the Creator, and it robs you, like I said, of the meaning of life. So if you raise your vibration, you raise your thoughts, you raise your energy, you find your joy, you find the bliss of now, those are the frequencies of the Creator coming through you. And the present moment is all there ever is. So laugh at the contrast when it comes up, because it's a possible unintended input that led here, a result of unintentional consciousness. And okay, how did I create this? How did I attract this in my life? And then we can clean and clear our vibrations and our subconscious and our beliefs, and we can find what attracted this to us, what frequency in us is a match to this experience. So then when we focus on what we don't want and we remove it, we can get more of what we do want, because we're intentionally putting the frequency of what we do want through praying, through imagining it, and seeing it as done. So you see that you can't be angry at code when it comes to your life. It's frequency. Then you're missing the whole point, because the code is the game. The frequency is the game of life. Games are to be enjoyed and fun. And if you take it too seriously, or if you have no confidence and you're relying on the reflections of the outward world for validation of the game creation back at you, that's a haphazard creation. That's not the way the game operates. You have to have it within to experience it without. And if you're waiting for it in your outer world to shift while focusing on the reasons why it's not there, you're just attracting all of the frequencies that you don't desire. So you must give yourself first the validation, the permission within to see it reflected back to you. You must be authentically that which you desire to experience. You must be the good that you desire to see in the world, as Robert Alfred Grant says. It's because physical barriers in our life that come up are a result of inaction. They're smoke and mirrors, they're a hologram, they're a challenge level. There's something reflected to you that's blocked here, that's blocked within, that needs releasing. So when we go into the most uncomfortable feelings and the spots in our life that have pain and suffering, that is where we do the work to transmute it. We don't stuff it and deny it and disconnect with it. That strengthens it and leaves it there, a ball of swirling energy, only to attract more of what we don't desire. We can't bury our head in the sand like an ostrich. We must audit and remove that which is limiting blocks and beliefs. So inputs in life falsely and mistakenly there. blocks will take us into a wall. It's like when you're stuck in a video game and you keep into the same wall over and over and you can't figure out on the controller how to do it. Well, the way to do it is going within, and the ultimate way within is through meditation. So it's not that you don't know how to correct it and just give up as a result. You can realign, and you can believe in the circumstance and believe in the limitation and see that it's not out of your control, when in fact you're using the results to create self-worth and belief is backwards. So if you do it the other way around and you find self-worth and you find belief and you remove the blocks that you're unworthy or not good enough and all of this within, you begin to reflect it into your reality, because that's who you're showing up with. That's your frequency, and that's what you attract. All spiritual teachers point here, and Jesus told us all of the answers are within. And we get there through stillness, through quiet, through creation of space, through meditation. So begin to create and start small and build belief in yourself that life is beautiful. Build belief in what you create, what brings you expansive, explosive joy. Follow that. Why aren't you doing that always? When did it stop? Find the block. This is a game for the day. Make it epic. Live your best life. Find what feels like joy. And it's got to get you where you want to go. Have an amazing day. Thank you for being here. Your time is your currency, and I value your time, and I am grateful that you were here with us and appreciate you. If you have any comments or thoughts or anything that came up for you, share below in the comments. People love reading them. And if anybody came to mind, feel free to send this video to them and keep the conversation going. It is not an accident if somebody comes to mind. So follow your intuition, follow your guidance, follow your inspiration, and thank you for sharing this conversation and keeping it going. Have a beautiful day.